put the wine down for a second because at times like this, we need to take a shot of the olive leaf extract because the olive leaf boosts our immune system and has been known to reverse high blood pressure, lupus, diabetes, and certain cancers. Check them out at myoliveleaf.biz to learn more and to order, or simply click the link below in the description box. Now back to the wine. Jeezy, get your ass on up here, child. You lucky I can't walk today. My feet hurt. They've been put to work here lately. Listen to me. Jeezy, now I understand as a black man, you had to make a power move because your career was going absolutely nowhere. Jeannie Mai was very strategic in helping you to cross a line that you couldn't cross on your own because of your reputation, because of where you come from. And she helped you to do that. Y'all show some love for Jeannie Mai Jenkins for helping one of our brothers get to the other side. And now he's saying he wants us to open up the door and fix him a real plate. He tired of eating noodle soup and mint leaves and basil. He tired. I love it, though. I love pho, Jeannie. So if you want to fix me a plate, I'm here. So, Jeannie did that. And he used her. And she allowed herself, it's kind of like you allowed yourself to be used. You already stated as a woman what you didn't want, and you compromised yourself for a man. You already told your first husband, Freddie, you didn't want no babies. You didn't want to be married. You only wanted dark meat on the side. How did he make it to the front? How did Jeezy make it to the front if you only wanted dark meat on the side? And it's like, I want to blame him, but I can't. You got to take some responsibilities for this, Jeannie. Because it's kind of like you were parading that and parading that you had bagged a black man that nobody wanted. He was with some of the baddest black women in Hollywood and still nobody wanted. You never heard nobody out here fighting over Jeezy. Nobody. But then he came to you because you had a television show. All he had was a restaurant and he was singing the same songs in strip clubs for a few grand. He needed to cross over. He wanted to be a motivational speaker. He wanted to sell his brand and his story. And he wanted to pander. But he couldn't do it by himself. And he didn't want to go too white. So he decided to go Asian. It's labor. You know they say we the slaves, y'all the laborers. Not my words. I'm just repeating what I was told, okay? Now, and you helped him. You labored for him. Now he got what he want, and he left you as a baby mama. Because don't nobody even remember y'all being married. You weren't even married long enough. So technically, you were a baby mama. Okay? Welcome, baby. Welcome to the club. We come on in. We got you. We'll help watch the baby $20 a day. Okay? Just make sure you bring her food. In a Ziploc bag. No lunch boxes, okay? Because if somebody steal the lunch box, we don't know. Just put it in a Ziploc bag. We're good. Okay? You can use your WIC vouchers and everything. Now that they're going through a divorce, and, he claims that, in the time he was parading and using her show to push his brand and got her on there calling herself, she couldn't even pronounce the last name. Jenkins, it's Jenkins, right? Jenkins, yeah, it's my new name, Jenkins. Even though it's hard to pronounce Mai, I'll be like, Mai? Mai? You allowed him to use you and use your platform in order to cross over to a demographic that he couldn't get to because he was considered a throwaway nigga. His own niggas didn't even want him. We got one restaurant, but I worked in the restaurant industry for over 20 years, okay, on and off, between doing this and stuff and other things. Restaurants don't make money. They are break-even type businesses, okay? Break even. They keep you afloat. They keep the bills paid. But he needed that he wanted to be the person that everybody listened to and respected. That's why he out here trying to do Jay-Z with all these metaphors and stuff. No. It's not how we see you as, okay? So now, he done announced the divorce, said he wasn't going to talk about it. Then he puts it in he disses her in a song saying, baby girl. He drops a new record after he announces that he's divorcing her from his website page. And it said Jeezy, the brand, is divorcing the woman he employed to help his brand, which is Jeannie Mai. It didn't come from his personal page, like, hey, with a family photo, I'm sad to say that we're no longer together. No, he put that on his logo so that you would have to go to his website to read his exit plan from his marriage and buy a book at the same time. But I told y'all what this was. I even tried to tell her, but she was too busy congratulating me on losing a lawsuit, saying that I wouldn't have a job. But I'm out of all of them. Not Jasmine talking about, Not Jasmine over here talking about, oh, preach. Yeah, remember they was like, oh, yeah, this what you get. It's a landmark lawsuit. Da-da-da-da-da, all that, yeah. And where's your show? Where's your man? I see you, my type. But I don't wish bad on nobody. I really don't. I don't do that. Jasmine knows I don't do that. I don't. It doesn't make us or break us to see somebody's demise. I've never preached that at all. Okay, but it's funny. I see when it's coming. But like when I saw all that stuff coming with the Breakfast Club, I was like, y'all better slow down because some shit about to turn. And I said it first. I was like, listen now. Y'all gonna be out of, everybody's gonna be Charlamagne laughing once they done with him in the court. But, I don't want to see her do bad. She's a woman. At the end of the day, we're all women. We all go through the same things, whether she's black, white, Hispanic. We all are fighting for the same thing. We just want to be loved. We just want to be loved. You know what I'm saying? And so, now that he done dissed her in a song, say he didn't want to talk about her, say he didn't want to respect her, said all of this in the interview. There was just one thing that stuck out to me with Nia Long. And I didn't see anything wrong with Nia Long doing it, but I hope Nia Long's check was good enough to be used, because I felt like she was used, because he is very strategic on what he does in order to get what he wants. And I felt like the same way he used Jeannie in order to appeal to a different audience, to get a New York Times bestseller, because otherwise he would have been handing out his book personally out of boxes. They would have, New York Times wouldn't have let him in the office. Nobody cares about a drug dealing rapper who almost got murdered and now has to look over his shoulder every day because anybody can come collect at any time. You don't just get to walk away from that life. So now he puts an interview out after he said he wasn't going to talk about it. He's the only one out here talking about this divorce. He's the only one out here putting out statements. Jeannie ain't said nothing because she's highly embarrassed. And then you reiterate again to say you're not talking about it, even after you just released an album that nobody is listening to, and they're only buying because we're messy, because you're talking about, oh, she didn't know your worth. How is an Asian woman going to know a black man's worth? And they still charging in their country pennies an hour to work. And you went there. She took you there so you could get an understanding of what her culture is like in the struggle. And she would get an understanding of what your culture was like. What you would see, we do have a lot in common. But you just wanted a free trip to Thailand or Vietnam, wherever she's from. Where is she from? Vietnam? The most humbling country in the world, and some of the nicest people you would ever meet. Vietnamese. They don't see color. But you do, Jeezy. So go ahead and listen to this little clip. And then I got one more. One more. I got one more in the bag. Because I'm like, oh, Jeezy, just get your money and just go. Let's go.
What happens when a man gets to the point where they're just like, okay, I'm filing for divorce?
Integrity intact. I could never say anything that would not honor somebody.
Absolutely.
But I can tell you that this has not been a easy journey. Right. I can tell you that I'm saddened. I can tell you that I'm disappointed. I can tell you that I'm uneasy, right? But again, like, God has put me in a different path, and that path is going to entail for me to take care of myself and to love myself and to be in the best situation that I can thrive as someone who's been through all the things that I've been through.
It's kind of something you can't explain.
Yeah, you can't. The real thing is like, I don't like to fail in anything.
Me either.
And
I don't want to lose. I don't want to fail.
I don't want to fail, especially when I know what
you've poured in.
Right. And, as I sit across from you, like I can only be responsible for myself.
True.
And I can only do what I can do, right? And I can't expect someone else to do what I'm doing.
But did you go to therapy with her?
Yeah.
Okay, that's good.
Right.
So you actually addressed it,
right.
Tried to work through it, tried to do the work, and it just was like not happening.
No.
Well, then shit, you tried.
All right. That was a heavily edited interview. It just kept jumping all over the place. And I'm like, no, he didn't set up his own interview in a black suit in a nice room and get a black woman so that he can start pandering again and lying to women to sell his shit because he miss it over here. That's what it is. He just missed black pussy. But, and let me prove it to you. Let's go.
Well, I'm going to say this. I feel like I'm sitting across from you.
Yeah.
Which is why I wanted to have this conversation with you, because I want to personally tell you that you embody what a well-minded, grown-ass black woman is supposed to be like. And we stand with you always. And the reason why I wanted to talk to you, because you are my sister. And this is a safe space for me to say what I need to say. Because at times when we're at our lowest, we need our sisters. Just like you guys need your brothers. And that's why this
rewind it back.
Conversation...
Just rewind it back. Just go.
To say. Because at times when we're at our lowest, we need our sisters. Just like you guys need your brothers. And that's why this conversation was so real, because I hope and I pray that this conversation can open up different conversations in our culture about being there for each other and not being at odds with each other, no matter what we've been through. And, I gotta give you your flowers. You've done an amazing job in maintaining your integrity throughout your career, right? As a person, as a human being. And it meant the world to me to sit across from you and just to tell you my story. As a man, I just hope that women, our women, black women in particular, can see this and give us a safe space. Really, women all the way across the board, because we as men, like, we're hurting to be vulnerable to tell your partner that, right now I'm in a bad space. We're going through it out here every day. You wouldn't even imagine, right? And there's no safe place for us to land. There's no safe place for us to have these conversations. We can't have them with our homies. We can't have them with our brothers and our partners, because it doesn't rest.
You can't have them with Vietnamese women either? Let's go.
Translate, because they don't have life experience.
Right, and they don't have that empathy there, right? They don't have that mother.
Now, it kind of was a little shade to Jeannie talking about they don't have life experience, because he showed, let's go. That
nurturing thing, and this is like, for me, it's real, because, when you buried as many people as I have, right? I've seen people go to prison for long periods of time. I've just seen people fall to the wayside. They're all missing a certain element, and that element is to be able to have a safe space to process. Because when you're in pain and you're in odds, and I've been in pain most of my career, like, I've been the angry black man for sure.
Really?
Yeah, because I was just mad at the world, because I'm like, why do I have to keep fighting these battles? Not that I'm not a fighter, right?
No, we all are. You don't want to have to fight through it. It should be a joyful experience.
And if you want to be able to at least process with somebody who feels your pain and understands where you're coming from. And probably can give you some insight on what they think, but it's safe. And I feel like there's no safe spaces for us. And to answer your question, I'm going to take your homework. I'm going to go home.
Did I give you homework?
Yeah, because I hear where you're going with this. I'm going to write my list of people that I should forgive.
Yeah.
Right? And I'm going to forgive them because my sister told me that it's okay to do so.
That's right.
I hope they don't think I'm soft, but I'm doing it.
You were not
Sister said
soft.
I'm
No,
doing
you
so.
got to.
Translation. He wants y'all to accept him back. Y'all gonna do it? They need us. The men in prison, the men who've buried other black men, who've caused other black men to get buried because of their ignorance, not knowing how to use their minds to make money. Then they go out here looking for love everywhere else. And he done forced Jeannie to be black. He was shaking her. Please, please be black. You don't understand. I watched Joe Bell die. And she said, well, I watched plenty of my people die too. Let me take you to Vietnam. He just want to see her eye to eye. And now he strategically chooses Nia Long, someone who's been cheated on and done wrong by a black man that tried to marry her. And she didn't want to get married, so he didn't know what else to do. She didn't even want to live with him. Cheated on with a white woman. And he out here talking about black men don't cheat, but her man cheated. So the story's different for her. And he's targeting her audience. Let me tell you something. Do you know what intrigues like advertisers and production companies about me? They want to see my analytics. And when they want to see my analytics, they're trying to see what are the ages of people that watch me. Now, if it's 18 to 25, they don't want it. They want 30 to 50 years old. That's who's spending the money. That's who's making the decisions. Those are the most single women that you can pander to. And he using this weak bitch right now to do it. She's sitting up there crying and don't even know the homework assignments that she told him to do because she didn't tell him shit. He just made that shit up. Yeah. I'm telling you, this is his next strategy. He trying to fuck on Nia so that he can boost his popularity again with black women. And I just hope that this black woman don't fall for it. There's plenty of black men that Nia Long can have and deserve out here because she really truly is that bitch. But this nigga is a bitch. And he's talking about black women and black men need each other at our lowest times. And we need each other to pick up the pieces. But this bitch didn't pick up no pieces. She had you at your highest time. She had you out in motherfucking Greece riding double bicycles and sailing yachts and you're getting boats on the Mediterranean. I ain't never seen you do that shit with no black woman. You want to come to the black woman where all is gone. And you want us to pick up the pieces so she can pick you up and take you higher. Nia, wake up and take your ass back to the house. Jeezy is selfish. He had a strained relationship with his mama. What? You had your mama and your daddy. You didn't have to be in the streets. You chose that because you wanted to be a fake gangster rapper out here. But they surely pushed you out the streets real fast onto the New York Times bestseller. Because you weren't about that life. Now you done got your mama back in your life. Now you need a black woman so you can pander to black women and women in general ages 30 through 50 just so you can sell books and be seen as that token black man that you never were. I'm going to put Shaq up there. That's what I'm going to put up there. To sell to women 30 to 50. Now I got to go. Thank y'all